Good morning students. My name is Vanchika. I am from PES Public School. Today we are going to study about life process. So what is life process? Life process is something, the activities that is happening in our body which help you to survive, means to live. Those are called as life process. So which are the life process that is taking place in our body which help you to live? We respire, correct? The digestion take place, the excretion take place, circulation take place in our body. All of them are called as life process. Among these life process, we have studied about digestive system and we have studied about respiratory system and excretory system. Today we are going to study about circulatory system. Circulatory system means circulation, right? So if somebody sends you some parcel, you will receive it in your house. They will send it from some other place and you will receive it at your doorstep, isn't it? So likewise, we breathe in oxygen and oxygen has to be brought to our, will be sent to all the cells in our body. Who will do that? The circulatory system will do that. So which are the structures which help in circulatory system? The major structure which help in circulatory system are blood vessels and heart. These are the major structure which help in transportation in our body. Human circulatory system includes three major components in circulation, that is blood vessels and heart. Let us understand each component in detail. Let us come to the blood. We all know we have blood in our body. What is the function of the blood and what is there in the blood? Let us understand it one by one. So blood is a fluid component. It is called as a fluid component of the transport system. This fluid component easily can move throughout the body, isn't it? And this consists of blood consists of two major structures, fluid component and solid component. And the fluid component of the blood is called as plasma, whereas solid components, there are three types of solid components, that is RBC, WBC and platelets. Let us understand what are these things. Fluid component that makes blood thin, that makes blood flow, is plasma because it consists of 90% of water and remaining component some salts, hormones and proteins. And the major solid component is RBC, WBC and platelets, that is red blood corpuscles, white blood corpuscles and platelets. So what are the function of RBC? RBC or red blood corpuscles help in transportation of what? Oxygen and food. So it is a service provided to all the cells. What does it do? It takes oxygen from the lungs and give it to all the cells. RBC will take oxygen from the lungs and give it to all the cells. RBC is the one structure which transports oxygen, and once it gives oxygen, it also brings back carbon dioxide and waste. It brings back carbon dioxide and waste. What else is a function of WBC? WBC is a major component of blood which increases our immunity, which is the immunity system of our body. This helps in fighting against the diseases. Say any microorganisms like bacteria or fungi enters into our body, that will fight against those microorganisms and keep your body safe from the microorganisms and diseases. And this maintains the immunity system of our body. Let us see what is the function of the platelets. Platelets are the major structures present in the blood which help in clotting of blood. They help in clotting of blood. What is clotting of blood? Blood gets solidified when it comes in contact with the air. Whenever there is a cut or wound, we have observed after some time the bleeding will stop. Correct? The bleeding will stop after some time. How this bleeding will stop? The bleeding will stop due to the presence of platelets in the blood. Blood have platelets in it that help in stopping the bleeding and protect our body from losing lot of blood from the body. So that is how all the blood components help us. Now let us come to the blood vessels. Blood vessels are, there are three types of blood vessels in our body. That is arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries are the blood vessels which carry oxygenated blood. Means oxygenated blood means oxygen rich blood. So the blood vessel which carry oxygen along with it. Blood go to all the cells to draw oxygen. It will carry oxygen to all the cells, and that is why it is called as an oxygenated blood. Then veins. Veins are these arteries give the oxygen, and does it come back in the arteries? No. So it will not, the blood will not come back through the arteries. Instead, the capillaries will help in exchange of materials, and the blood will receive carbon dioxide. Once they receive the carbon dioxide, it will go to veins. The blood will go to veins and it will carry carbon dioxide with it. It gives oxygen and takes back carbon dioxide from the cells and start flowing through the blood vessels. Then what is the function of capillaries? The capillaries will bring about the contact between arteries and the veins. Let me say, arteries have to give oxygen and veins have to receive carbon dioxide. There must be an exchange, right? There must be an exchange. So who will do this exchange? Say cell is there, so somebody have to give and somebody have to take the carbon dioxide. Oxygen has to be taken and carbon dioxide has to be given. Oxygen has to be given to the cells and carbon dioxide has to be moved away from the cells. The oxygen that is received by the cells will be through only small blood vessels through exchange of gases called as capillaries. These arteries divide into smaller blood vessels. And help in exchange of gases, and they get connected to veins which carry carbon dioxide and start flowing through the veins. There is no flow back in the all blood vessels only single direction movement. They show only single direction movement. Clear? And veins carry carbon dioxide rich blood. Means lot of carbon dioxide will be carried by RBC from the cells, and they will give it to lungs back so that we can exhale it. We can exhale it or we can expire it. Whenever we breathe out all the carbon dioxide and remove the carbon dioxide from our body. Let us come to capillaries. Capillaries only are the blood vessels, smaller blood vessels which help in exchange of gases between cells and arteries and veins. So arteries and veins remain on the cell. Blood will not enter into the cell. Arteries will give the carbon dioxide. arteries will give the oxygen and carbon dioxide will be taken by the veins. So this exchange of gases will take place through the capillaries. Clear? So that is about blood vessels. Now we will study about the major structure called as heart. Heart is a major structure that is present in the circulatory system. So what is the function of the heart? Circulatory. It manages everything. Will have a center, right? Central office like. So here also circulatory system have a central office. Which is a central office? Heart is a central office for the circulatory system. And what is supposed to be managed in this? It has to supply oxygen-rich blood and bring back carbon dioxide and supply food to all the cells. This has to be managed so that every cell receive oxygen and food on time. Let us see how does it do it. So let us see the structure. We will study the heart in two basic components, that is physical structure of the heart and then mechanism of the circulation. Mechanism of the circulation includes how the blood flows in our body, and structure includes what is the heart made up of. Okay, let us understand what is the heart made of. Heart is made up of, basically it is a muscular structure. It is a muscular structure made up of cardiac muscles. Heart is made up of cardiac muscles, and these cardiac muscles keep contracting and relaxing constantly. It is a very strong muscle which makes it function throughout your life. It is a muscular organ which constantly keep contracting and relaxing. And the heart is, you can see here, heart is covered with a thin layer which is called as pericardium. Heart is covered with pericardium. And heart consists of 4 chambers, upper chamber and lower chamber. Heart is made up of 4 chambers. The upper chambers are called as atrium. Upper chambers are called as atrium and lower chambers are called as ventricles. Lower chambers are called as ventricles. You can see here upper chambers and lower chambers. There are 4 chambers in the heart. Upper chamber, atrium of upper chamber receive the blood and it send the blood to the lower chambers. And from lower chambers it will move to different parts. Let us see how does it move. First, let us try understanding it by drawing one by one part. As I said, it is a muscular organ about the size of your left hand fist. It is about the size of your left hand fist and situated in the middle of your lungs, slightly tilted towards your left, and it is slightly tilted, not straight, it is slightly tilted towards the left. Let us write all the parts one by one. Heart is a conical shaped structure which is made up of an outer layer called as pericardium, and it has got upper chambers, 2 upper chambers and 2 lower chambers. So these 2 upper chambers are called as atrium. You can see that these are atrium, upper chamber chambers are atrium and lower chambers are called as ventricles. Lower chambers are called as ventricles. Between upper chamber and lower chamber, there are valves which can separate upper chambers from the lower chambers. At the same time, they are also separated with a septa. Right chamber is separated by left chamber with the help of a layer called as septa. And these two chambers are called as right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricle. So these are the main four chambers that we see in the heart, and this is covered with a layer called as pericardium. Pericardium. Okay? Understood? What are the upper chambers called as? Upper chambers are called as atrium and lower chambers are called as ventricles. Then this upper chamber and lower chambers are separated here. Upper chambers and lower chambers are separated. So how are they separated? These upper chambers and lower chambers are separated by valves. There are kind of doors which close and open, the gap between auricles and ventricles. There are valves, and these valves, there are 3 valves in right chambers, between right chambers, means between right auricle to right ventricle there are tricuspid valves. There are tricuspid valve which separate right atrium to right ventricle, and left atrium and left ventricle are separated by bicuspid valve. These are separated by bicuspid valve. Tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. These chambers help in keeping blood, a certain amount of blood, deoxygenated blood come from right atrium to right ventricle. From right ventricle, the blood has to go to lungs so that they get oxygenated. To get oxygenated, it has to go to lungs, and which will carry this blood to lungs? They have a specialized blood vessels to carry this to lungs called as so special blood vessel is present which carry the blood to lungs, that is pulmonary artery. So these are pulmonary arteries which help in carrying the deoxygenated blood to lungs. Deoxygenated blood in the sense the carbon dioxide rich blood. As I said, do you remember? We said once oxygen is given to the cells, carbon dioxide will be brought back. Correct? So what will happen to the carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide has to be given to lungs because it has to be exhaled. Correct? So once carbon dioxide is exhaled, means it has to reach the lungs. So to reach the lungs, it will take a path of pulmonary arteries. So pulmonary arteries help in taking carbon dioxide rich food to the lungs, and then here once they reach the lungs. So what happens after this? What happens to the blood? The blood gives carbon dioxide and takes oxygen from the lungs, correct? Because we inhale oxygen. When we breathe in oxygen. We exhale carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is exhaled out, and when we take oxygen, that oxygen has to be brought back to heart again. So who will bring back that one to heart again? So that will be brought back to the heart again by a specialized blood vessels called as pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins. These pulmonary veins are the special blood vessels which carry from lungs the oxygenated blood. The oxygen-rich blood will comes back to left atrium. From left atrium through the bicuspid valve, it comes to left ventricle. So once it reaches the left ventricle, so where does the blood will go next? The blood will go next through a special blood vessel called as aorta. A special blood vessel which is the biggest blood vessel called as aorta. Aorta is the biggest blood vessel which carry oxygen rich blood, and this oxygen rich blood, so here you can see this is the aorta which carry blood which is rich in oxygen, and where it will go? So aorta will go to all the cells because it has got oxygen. The oxygen has to be given to all the cells, and this oxygen has to be given to all the cells, and who will take it? Arteries will take it. So which are the arteries? Arteries are small blood vessels from aorta. Aorta becomes further branched into smaller blood vessels called as arteries. So this will further branch into arteries and carry oxygenated blood to all the cells. That is how the oxygenated blood will be carried to entire body. Once oxygen is given, it takes back carbon dioxide. It has to come back to heart once again. Okay. So where it will come in? So it will come inside. So it will come inside the heart through specialized blood vessel called as vena cava. They are called as superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. So superior vena cava brings all deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of the body, where inferior vena cava takes back all the deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body, and they all open here at the right atrium. So all this blood, so this blood vessel go back into, from back side it opens at right atrium. From right atrium the blood will be pushed towards the, when blood contracts, will be pushed towards the right ventricle, and when the right ventricle is contracted, where will the blood go? Will it go back? Will it go back? No. Where it will go? It will go to where? Pulmonary arteries. So pulmonary arteries will take the blood to which part? Lungs. It will take it to lungs. What happens in the lungs? blood to carbon dioxide rich blood to lungs, and take back oxygen and come back to left atrium. From left atrium, moves to left ventricle. From left ventricle, it goes to a biggest blood vessel called as aorta. And from aorta, the aorta becomes further branched into smaller blood vessels called as arteries. Do you remember we said there are 3 types of blood vessels: veins, arteries and capillaries. So veins will bring deoxygenated blood to right atrium and right ventricle, where arteries will carry oxygen-rich blood to all the cells. Okay, so this is how is the structure of heart. So can we quickly revise what is the major structure present in the heart? Heart is a muscular organ present at the chest cavity or thoracic cavity. We call it as chest cavity or thoracic cavity, and this heart is located at the where? Middle of the lungs, slightly tilted towards the left, and this muscular organ is made up of cardiac muscle, correct? And it is covered with a thin fluid filled layer called as pericardium, correct? And inside the pericardium, human beings have 4 chambered heart. Right atrium, right atrium, left ventricle. So 4 chambers, and we divide them as left chambers and right chambers. So what is the layer which separates left and right chambers? Septum is the chamber which separates right and left chambers, and this septum keeps the oxygenated blood. Here oxygenated blood will flow. Can you see here? Blue color indicates deoxygenated blood, which means the blood generally called as impure blood or carbon dioxide rich blood. Got it? Then this one oxygenated blood, which is rich in oxygen. Correct? So here it is deoxygenated blood flowing, and deoxygenated blood is separated from oxygenated blood by septum. Clear? So all parts of the heart on either side work together. Now let us understand how does it work. So we all know heart keeps rhythmically contracting and relaxing. So the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart is called as heartbeat. Correct? Whenever heartbeat, the chambers of the heart contract and relax. Do they contract together? All the 4 chambers contract together? No. So upper chambers contract, lower chambers expand or relax. So lower chambers contract, upper chambers relax. So how does it work? Upper chambers relax, lower chambers contract. So upper chambers contract, lower chambers relax. So this is how they keep contracting and relaxing, so that whenever they open, the blood will enter into the heart, and whenever that is pushed towards the ventricles. When ventricles contract, the blood moves to pulmonary. So pulmonary arteries as well as pulmonary veins simultaneously. So that is how the blood keeps circulating throughout the body and helps in. So you can see here. How does it move? This is superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava brings deoxygenated blood from all upper body, and inferior vena deoxygenated blood from lower parts of the blood, and everything will come to where? Right atrium. So here, from here it will go to pulmonary artery on either side towards the lungs, and once they get oxygenated, they go to lungs and gets oxygenated and comes back to heart. Oxygenated blood come back to heart. So where it will come? It will come through pulmonary veins. So pulmonary veins reach the open at left atrium. So in between left atrium and the left ventricle, there is a bicuspid valve. When auricles contract, the blood will be pushed down. So when it goes to ventricle, the ventricles contract. So ventricles contract. Where does the blood move? The blood moves through a big. Can you see here? It is the biggest blood vessel called as aorta, and this aorta is further branched. Can you see here? Yes. It is further branched into arteries, and arteries carry oxygenated blood throughout our body. So this is how you can see here the circulation of the blood very precisely given. So whenever deoxygenated here, what are these? These are capillaries which help in exchange, and here oxygenated blood comes here and give the oxygen to, say here it is kidney, it gives the oxygen to kidney, and then it takes carbon dioxide and comes back to heart. So here, from here, where it will go? It will go to lungs, where it gets oxygenated. From there, where it will come? It will come back to where? Here. It gets oxygenated and comes back to heart. So from here, that will be pushed to aorta, and once again it will here oxygenated blood brought back to all the organs. So this is how there is for once oxygen is supplied and carbon dioxide to bring back to heart, and from heart to lungs. The blood has to move, or blood have to come to heart 2 times. Correct? 2 times blood has to come inside the heart and go back to lungs as well as cells. This type of circulation is called as double circulation. This type of circulation is called as double circulation. In the human body, double circulation takes place. Double circulation means heart for one complete circulation, it takes how many seconds? 0.8 seconds. And within 0.8 seconds, blood will enter into the heart for how many times? 2 times. So that is why it is called as, human circulation is called as double circulation. So did you understand all this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next period we will understand the mechanism of circulatory system and what are the drawbacks of circulatory system, and all the homeworks will be sent through Google Classroom, and finish the homework and send it back, upload your finished homework, and I will correct it in the Google class itself. Oh, thank you very much. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.